Okay, how's it going? So, in the time from the last time, well, actually, technically, no. The last video I put up that you seen, or you may have seen, was my reaction to the Browns selecting Greedy Williams in the second round as late as they did. But I have not yet made a full on review of the draft itself for like every team, what I thought about the picks. So, I thought that there would be no better time than now to do that. The draft is settled. It's been a couple days. Have had time to think about it. And whatever. So what I'm gonna do is I know the draft is long. I'm basically just going to go down through the first round, through the second round, maybe the third, some of the third, and just give my thoughts. What I plan on doing is doing a separate video for just the Cleveland Browns picks. So yeah, without further ado, let's get started. With the first overall pick, the Arizona Cardinals took, no shock to anybody, Kyler Murray. Glad I won a bet on that. And you know who you are. And you still haven't paid me back, by the way. Anyway, so Kyler Murray goes number one overall. Not surprised. I know it had to suck to be Josh Rosen at that on when they decided to take Kyler because they picked him last year, traded up to get him, thought he was going to be the franchise guy. Next thing you know, you bring in a college coach as a head coach who loved Kyler Murray. They take Kyler Murray, you're out of there. So for him, it was unfortunate. I'm not high on Kyler Murray. I liked him a lot. I think he's a great football player. I just don't think he's going to be that great in the NFL. I don't think he's going to be able to last. I think he'll be good for the short term, not for the long term. Moving on. Second overall pick, Nick Bosa, Ohio State. Good player. Love that pick. They bring in D Ford. Bring in Nick Bosa as well. My only concern is Bosa's health. He's had injuries in high school and now at Ohio State. So, you know, it is what it is there. Moving on. Jets take Quinnen Williams once again. Easy pick. I know there was talk of them trading down. They didn't. You take the best player on the board, Quinnen Williams. The Raiders at 4 shock the world and take Clelin Ferrell from Clemson with the number 4 overall pick. I think this is, one of those things. I believe that if you like your guy that much, you have to take them. But Clelin Ferrell was listed like at least 10 and below. At least. Some had him like 15 and below. I thought he was going to go that low as well. So, in a situation like that, the best thing to do would be to trade out of that position. Okay, I see a spider on my wall, so bear with me for a second. I got to get that. All right, we're back. Sorry about that. Never let them go. They'll have babies and you'll have spiders everywhere. Anyway, moving forward. Where was I? Okay, Clelin Ferrell. In a situation like that, number one, you either trade down a couple spots. You're still going to get more picks, valued picks, and you're still going to get your guy. That's my opinion on that. I think Gruden, I wouldn't have taken Clelin Ferrell, at least not that high, especially when you got guys like Josh Allen and Devin White on the board. So, yeah, that's my thoughts on that. Number 5, Tampa Bay Buccaneers take Devin White. No surprise. I think he has potential to be one of the best players in this draft. I think he is a phenomenal linebacker. I loved him a lot. He was probably one of my favorite players in this draft. Easy pick. At number 6, this is something that even if you didn't care about the draft, you've heard this everywhere. The New York Football Giants, with the number 6 overall pick, took Daniel Jones. First of all, I'm not jumping on this hate train. I don't care what anybody says. I loved I didn't love. But I liked Daniel Jones a lot. He was at a bad program in Duke with a bad line, bad receivers. Before you judge the kid, number one, be mad at Dave Gettleman. Don't be mad at Daniel Jones. It's not his fault they took him that high. Number two, go back and look at his game film at Duke. 90% of the passes that were dropped were touchdowns, long yard passes. He was highly pressured. I like him a lot. I think the reason why the Giants took him was because when you have a franchise quarterback, you want to basically get a clone of him. Like if the Patriots could have done that, if they could do that, they would get a clone of Tom Brady and bring him in. That's pretty much what the Giants just did with Daniel Jones. They are very similar players. I'm not saying he's as good as Eli was in his prime. Let him learn. Let him sit. Not 3 freaking years, Dave Gettleman. You're an idiot. Give him some time. Let him learn. Let him sit. He'll be a good pick. And every Giants fan will regret the fact that you hate this kid so much. You heard it here first. I think he's going to be a good player. He may be a bust, and he may be everything that's said about him. Give him a chance. That's all I'm saying. All right, moving on. Number 7, best player on the board at that time, in my opinion, Josh Allen goes to Jacksonville. Not much to say there. Common sense. 8, Lions get a tight end who can do basically everything, and TJ Hawkinson from Iowa. Same thing there. Not much to be said. He can do a lot. He can catch, he can run block, he can pass, or whatever. You know what I mean. Overall, good tight end. 9, Buffalo Bills take Ed Oliver. Good player, good value, good spot, done deal. Pittsburgh Steelers trade up with the Denver Broncos to take Devin Bush. I was never super high on Devin Bush. I think he's a little bit overrated. At times, I found myself saying Chase Winovich was better than Devin Bush. However, with that being said, I do think he's going to be a solid player. I'm not saying he's going to suck. I think he's going to be good, but I don't think he's going to be 10 good. But we'll see. It's the Steelers. They seem to pick players that nobody's ever heard of and turn them into Antonio Brown. Anyway. 11, Cincinnati Bengals take Jonah Williams. Okay, they could have gone Haskins. They could have done a lot of things. They fill the tackle spot. Okay, whatever. Okay, at 12, Packers, Rashawn Gary, defensive end, Michigan. Not super high on him. I think he's a good player. Fills a need for the Packers. It is what it is. 13, the Miami Dolphins take Christian Wilkins. Haskins was still on the board. I thought it was pretty obvious there. They were either tanking or they were waiting on a trade with the Cardinals. So they get their guy in Christian Wilkins. They believe in him, whatever. 14, the Falcons take Chris Lindstrom, guard from Boston College. They needed a line. It is what it is. 15, the Washington Redskins somehow, some way, sat there at 15 and still got their guy. Dwayne Haskins from the Ohio State University falls to the Redskins at 15. Great pick, great value. I can't even the value at 15 with Dwayne Haskins, that is phenomenal. And I'm happy for him that he gets to go to a team where he used to live by, or I believe, whatever. Carolina Panthers at 16 takes Brian Burns, defensive end, Florida State. Montez Sweat was still on the board. That's all I'm going to say there. New York Giants with our pick at 17, the Browns, take Dexter Lawrence, defensive tackle from Clemson. Okay, it is what it is. Vikings takes center Garrett Bradbury, whatever. I don't really care. Titans take Jeffrey Simmons, defensive tackle, Michigan State. This is a guy that people think could be a steal in this draft. We'll certainly see. 20, the Denver Broncos sit at 20. I thought they might go quarterback this early. But no, in the trade with the Steelers, they sit there and they take Noah Fant, tight end from Iowa. I am really high on Noah Fant. I like him a lot. I know they drafted Jake Butt from Michigan, and I believe he had a couple injuries. They really had nobody to solidify that tight end spot. Good pick for them. That spot's settled. Packers trade with the Seahawks. They select Darnell Savage, safety from Maryland. Good player, underrated in my opinion. He'll do great things. 22, the Eagles select Andre Dillard, offensive tackle, Washington State, after a trade with the Ravens. This is going to be a great pick. This is going to be a great pick. They had to get linemen to protect Carson Wentz. This is a great pick. Texans select Titus Howard, offensive tackle, Alabama State. Whatever. I don't really care. They need line to protect Deshaun Watson. He's been injured. They need protection. Oakland, via trade with the Bears, they take Josh Jacobs, running back at Alabama, at 24. Marshawn Lynch retired. They need a running back. Best one on the board. Settled. Done deal. Ravens trade with Eagles. Take Marquise Hollywood Brown, wide receiver from Oklahoma. Great player. I know he had an injury. My thing is, I don't think he's going to get used a lot because of the fact that, they run. It's the Ravens. Lamar Jackson's going to run. So it is what it is. Redskins trade with the Colts and take Montez Sweat, defensive end from Mississippi State. Good pick. Great value. Thought he was going to go a lot higher. It is what it is. 27, the Raiders, after a trade with Cowboys, I believe that was the Amari Cooper trade, take Jonathan Abram, safety from Michigan State. I don't care. It is what it is. Chargers, 28 pick, take Jerry Tillery, defensive tackle from Notre Dame. Good player. I like him a lot. It is what it is. I don't think that was a huge pick. They could have gone quarterback, but I think they're really going to be one of those teams who's waiting for either next year's draft or the next couple years' drafts where you have the Tuas, the Trevors, So, yeah. And then the Giants, the Seattle Seahawks, after a trade with the Chiefs, take L.J. Collier, defensive end, TCU. I think there was better defense players on the board for that pick, but it is what it is, So, yeah. The Giants at pick 30 trade up to take DeAndre Baker, cornerback, Georgia. I loved DeAndre Baker. Greedy Williams, DeAndre Baker, and Byron Murphy in that order. DeAndre, Greedy, Byron, and then Rock Ya-Sin were my top corners. They take the best corner in the draft, in my opinion, as far as overall player. That's a good pick for them. Falcons trade with the Rams, take Caleb McGarry, offensive tackle, Washington. I think there was better linemen on the board at that pick. It is what it is. That's fine. I don't care. At 32, the New England Patriots take N'Keal Harry, wide receiver from Arizona State. Surprised they didn't go Irv Smith Jr. here to replace Gronk. But N'Keal Harry is a receiver that I personally loved. I think he's going to be a good player, do good things for them. So, yeah, they bring in another good receiver to go with Julian Edelman, now Demaryius Thomas, and now N'Keal Harry. Good pick. All right, we're going to go into round 2. I'm not sure if I'm going to go all the way through round 2. I know this is getting to be a long video. I don't want a freaking hour-long video on this. But we'll just go and see how long this goes. Cardinals, with the first pick in the second round, take Byron Murphy, cornerback, Washington. Again, I liked Byron Murphy. He's better in zone than in coverage. Cardinals are just filling spots. Colts at 34 with a trade with the Jets, take Rock Ya-Sin, corner / DB from Temple. Again, I don't think he was the best corner on the board at that pick, but for what they're looking for, he fits good. The Jaguars, after a trade with the Raiders, take Juwan Taylor, offensive tackle from Florida. I love this pick for the value. Great pick. Great pick. Need a guy to protect Nick Foles. There you go. San Francisco 49ers take Deebo Samuel from South Carolina. Good pick. I think he's going to be very helpful for Garoppolo coming back from injury as far as wide receiver help. Carolina Panthers trade, it says multiple trades. Take Greg Little, offensive tackle, Mississippi. Once again, I didn't think he was the best one on the board, but it is what it is. I guess you could say good pick. They fill line help protecting Cam Newton. Buffalo Bills, says multiple trades. Cody Ford, offensive tackle from Oklahoma. Good pick, great spot, great value. They needed protection for Josh Allen. That's a great player to bring in. Tampa Bay takes Sean Bunting, defensive back from Central Michigan. Okay. So I'm going to say, I don't want to call anybody a bust or anything like that, but I'm just saying I think there was a lot better talent on the board at that pick. Oakland Raiders, via trade with the Bills, take Trayvon Mullen, cornerback, Clemson. I like Trayvon Mullen. I didn't have him this high, especially over a certain corner still on the board. Some of you know who I'm talking about right now. You'll find out later. Broncos take Dalton Reisner, offensive lineman from Kansas State. They need line help. It is what it is. Then the Broncos also trade up again with the Bengals and take Drew Lock, quarterback from Missouri. John Elway has taken another quarterback bust. I loved Drew Lock the year before last year, or maybe it was last year. I don't know. Not this year going in, not his last year, but the year before that. I liked him a lot. Thought he had potential to be a good player. I paid attention to him a lot this season. He's not that great. He's one throw, he's making dimes down the sideline. The next throw, he's missing wide open receivers. I don't love that at all. I think bad pick for the Broncos. Detroit Lions, not even going to try to pronounce this name. Linebacker from Hawaii. Okay, they need defensive help. We'll see how that turns out. Green Bay takes a center, Elton Jennings, Mississippi State. Line, okay. Needs help in the line. Patriots take Jawan Williams, cornerback from Vanderbilt. Once again, not the best corner on the board there, but a big physical guy that Belichick liked. So it is what it is. And finally, 46, the Cleveland Browns trade up and get cornerback, not corner, Greedy frickin' Williams from LSU. My guy, Greedy Williams. I loved this pick. I would have been ticked if it was anybody else. Look at my other video. I'll put it in the end of this video to show you how I felt about that pick. I'm going to skip a couple of these picks, and I'm just going to mention some of the key picks I thought. The Vikings take Irv Smith from Alabama, tight end. It's a good pick, especially where they were picking, Tennessee Titans right after that take wide receiver A.J. Brown from Ole Miss. This is a guy who a lot of people thought would be a first-rounder. Titans needed a receiver, and that's a good pick. Paris Campbell goes to the Colts. It's a good spot. Happy for him. So yeah. And then Andy Isabella goes to the Cardinals after multiple trades. Okay, they get a speed receiver. And then the Seattle Seahawks, with the last pick in the second round, take DK Metcalf. Okay. I was very surprised that he fell that far. A lot of people had him listed like in the top 20, and he went last in the second round. Okay? We'll see. A lot of people think he's going to be the next big thing. Some people think he's a bust. We'll see. So, other than that, there wasn't really a ton of picks. Some key picks that I liked: Terry McLaurin to Ohio State, give Haskins a guy he knows. Draymond Jones to the Broncos. Okay, wasn't super high on him, but we'll see how he does there. Chase Winovich, defensive end of the Patriots. He's going to be good for the Patriots, and I hate to say that, but he will be. Browns take Sione Takitaki, linebacker. I didn't love it at the time. I went back and looked at some stuff, looked at film. This is a good player. He's very physical. And I think he'll be a good pick. Other than that, I think that this is going to be okay. The Panthers take Will Grier. Needed a backup for Cam Newton. There's potential with his surgery that he may be out for a while, so it is what it is. Other than that, Hakeem Butler, a guy I loved, goes to the Cardinals. I can't believe he slipped that far. Ryan Finley goes to the Bengals. Wrong pick. I don't love that at all. Kendall Sheffield to the Falcons. He sucks. Redskins get Bryce Love. Great pick. Browns get Sheldrick Redwine. Guy I didn't know a whole lot about, but I think he has potential to be really, really good. He's got a lot. He gets a lot of interceptions. He's just kind of sitting back there, floating side to side, sneaks up, and he'll get that ball. Similar to Grady, he is ball hawk. Benny Snell to the Steelers, local guy here. Good pick. They needed running back help. So with that being said, I think that's going to be it as far as the draft. I know I was missing a couple rounds there, but we're already 22 minutes into this video. So, yeah, it's over. I may go back and do more, but other than that, I think the draft was very interesting. I was very, very happy as a Browns fan with the picks that the Steelers made and the Bengals made, and even the Ravens. The Ravens probably less happy about because they did get a couple really good players, but Steelers, I think Devin Bush is a little overrated. We'll see what happens there. Bengals, they take a lineman. So, it is what it is. With that being said, like, comment, subscribe, turn on your notifications, and we'll see you in the next video. The next video is going to be specifically to the Browns picks. So, look forward to that next, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.